Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our Convert and Report webinar. I'm Ryder Meehan. With me is the landing page conversion guru, Mike Rhino. We're with Upgrow, a performance marketing agency in San Francisco. And we're going to be exploring how marketers can build and track better landing pages without painful design or development work. Let's get right into it. So, a question. What is the single most impactful change you can make to improve your pay-per-click program, or really any digital marketing program for that matter? And a hint, it is not your ad message, your audience targeting, or your keyword list. And you probably already know the answer if you're on the webinar, but I'm going to reveal it anyway. It's your landing pages. So having a high converting landing page will definitely be the best way and single most impactful change you can make to your performance of your PPC program. And why is conversion rate optimization, or CRO as we call it in the biz, the ultimate performance lever? And again, another question, is it easier to double traffic or double the conversion rate? You know, going from a 2% to a 4% conversion rate is definitely highly possible. If you've made optimizations to pages or tested different landing pages, I'm sure you've seen this level of difference in the performance. Whereas going from, say, 5,000 visitors to 10,000 visitors a month for your page is either very expensive or very unlikely. So this kind of illustrates the total number of conversions would be the same in either situation, but I think most people would agree that the first method is the easier one, even if you have to think about it and do math in your head. So the backstory, that's me, looking all smiley and professional. That's me before I discovered landing pages. You know, so I'm Ryder Meehan. I am the founder of Upgrow. I've been in the digital marketing industry for about 14 years. And I was a marketer for many years. This is just, you know, going back again to my backstory. And many big enterprises, right? So Samsung Mobile, Fossil, Razorfish, and in different digital marketing roles, and trying to optimize the ads, the audiences, the keywords, and the bids. But I always really felt at the mercy of how well landing pages converted traffic into leads. I could really only control the first half of it, so delivering the traffic to the site. But beyond that, it was kind of out of my control as a marketer. And sometimes I got lucky, and we had a great landing page, or we had a great designer that would build a high converting landing page. But other times I didn't have a lot to work with, you know, especially when you're at a agency and maybe your client's landing page just isn't up to par, has a low conversion rate. So there's only so much you can do in terms of delivering traffic to the site if it doesn't convert. So it was frustrating. Like I said, I can only take the prospects so far with the marketing traffic. I felt like I needed to make excuses and blame someone for these terrible converting landing pages. You know, and I guess before I go on, these are just a couple of examples. So at Samsung, maybe you had a great converting landing page. Another client was a home builder, and like this was their landing page, which is pretty bad from a conversion standpoint. It's just like a Google map almost. So what was equally painful was the limited ability to set up goal tracking and reporting dashboards. And A/B testing was very difficult. It took a lot of dev and design resources to create, you know, multiple versions of a page and test different things. And sometimes the web team would create all the goal tracking we needed, but more often than not, we'd maybe be able to track one activity or one action on the page, but we wouldn't be able to track all of the types of conversion points that us marketers typically would want. either because devs constrained or the landing pages changed it too much to be able to set up all the tracking consistently. And we also weren't able to optimize on a deeper level. So maybe if you're a B2B type of page, there's a form fill and you can track that conversion, but then you don't know if that lead goes on to become an MQL or become a customer. You don't have that deeper insight. And what we'd also find was even to get basic reporting would take a lot of slicing and dicing. So if you say we're running LinkedIn ads and Google ads and you had an SEO program, you would have to go into 3 or 4 different interfaces, export the data, do Excel, gymnastics to try to put it all together with pivot tables and VLOOKUPs and whatever else. So knowing that it was that challenging to make the report, maybe only make the report once every 2 weeks or once a month. So you're only getting a snapshot into the performance of your program, and you can't really optimize in real time. So I guess maybe about 3 or 4, maybe 5 months ago, I met my guru, your guru, Mike Rhino, who's on the webinar with me. So when I met Mike, he introduced me to landing page building software. And one thing that made it pretty exciting was the element of dynamic content. And we'll explain what that is. And it became so clear to me how to increase conversion rates dramatically by customizing the landing pages. So not only building one really nice landing page that would improve the program of whatever you're doing with PPC, but creating a number of different landing pages, because when you're building them with the software, you can create many variations fairly easily. And when you're using dynamic content, and just to summarize what that is it pulls in elements of the keyword into the landing page. So if a user searched for, in this example, Kubernetes, it could pull Kubernetes into the landing page so it matches exactly to what the user was searching. So as a result of this new revelation, we started building landing pages for every campaign. And after we did that, we saw conversion rates and our ability to optimize explode. And suddenly our lead acquisition program could convert easily in the double digits. We have some pages converting at 30 and 40%, and definitely higher than the traditional non-landing page version. And then the next thing we started doing was taking our analytics to the next level. So with these 2 products, they're both free products that anybody can have access to. Google Tag Manager and Google Data Studio. And they allowed us to track all the conversions and events and build a real-time dynamic reporting dashboard without ever having to use Excel at all. So you can see a couple of examples here on the right of Mike's big smiley face. Right in front of that is a landing page we built for a client. And later, Mike is going to go into, what makes this a great converting landing page? What elements of this do you want to definitely have in any landing page that you build? And then down below that, you've got a preview of a Google Data Studio dashboard and what that would look like. And this thing, keep in mind, is real time, right? So you can change the date range. You can make this customized so it's pulling in whatever traffic source you want to look at. And we're going to spend more time looking at that later. So the secret, the ability to build, test, and optimize the full funnel allowed me to take control over the performance of the digital marketing program. It was no longer just driving traffic and hoping for the best and just optimizing what I could. So if it was Google Ads, maybe I was spending a lot of time adding new keywords or changing bids, writing new ad copy. Now you could get full control over the conversion. So the big takeaway was with modern software, marketers can fairly easily build high converting landing pages and powerful reporting dashboards, whether or not you have a web designer, a developer on your team, or a data scientist or BI team to build landing pages or reporting dashboards. So I picked up a number of tools and strategies that we're going to share today along the way to build this system that we've been using at Upgrow, and that I'm highly recommending anyone else to use for testing and refining in the coming year. And what it will do is really give you access to the full funnel. So a couple of case studies of what we've seen since we started making these changes and using these new technologies. Well, just kidding. B2B technology client, we won't name names, had performance gains following landing page and reporting setup. So I think these lines maybe got a little off, but we're basically looking at in December of 2018, before we started using these strategies, these were the number of MQLs, and the cost per MQL is the orange line. So you can see the cost per lead was very high in December, and then by February, it was considerably lower. And the total number of leads, minimum qualified leads, dramatically increased after these changes. And you can see the actual percent changes. So from December to January, up 115%, and then by February, up 168% in the number of leads. And the cost per lead decreased by 44% in January and went down by 67% in February. So massive improvement. And then this is a look at when we launched this landing page for a second client in the B2B technology space. So this is actually the date on the trend line when we launched the new landing page, and almost immediately it started trending up, and it stayed much higher since the change. So it went from an average of a 4% conversion rate to a 12% conversion rate with only a matter of rolling out new landing pages and building a reporting dashboard so that we can optimize based on deeper analytics. So we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of this, and I want to share what you can expect to learn. So I'm going to give you an understanding of the importance of your landing page if we haven't addressed that enough already. Just want to really drive it home. What perfectly matching landing pages to audience yield, why it yields a quantum leap in performance. So we're not talking about like a 1 or 2% gain in conversion rate. We're talking about moving from 2% conversion rate up to 10% or 20% or higher. The proven formula of elements to include and what you don't want to include on high converting landing pages that would only distract from customers. The tool stack needed to create high converting landing pages. So the softwares and elements you'll want to have. How to move users a step closer to closing faster. So this is one particular strategy that we like that can move them through the funnel even faster. The importance of powerful and automated reporting. How to build an analytics dashboard that updates itself and integrates with almost everything, with almost every marketing platform you could think of. And then I'm going to give you 2 bonus tips or even higher conversion rates. And finally, if you are looking for help or to bring on an agency, how Upgrow might be able to support you. And then finally, I'm going to give you our free Google Data Studio template that we made in-house. Our analytics head created this dashboard. We're going to give it to you at the very end. And you can use it to plug into your data sources and have your own dashboard. Okay, so let's take a look first at Convert. So this is the landing page design part of this, the deck. And I like to start with some stats. So 60% of marketers plan to do customer journey analysis to improve conversion rate in 2019. What does that tell us? A lot of companies see conversion rate optimization as a huge focus this year. 60% of companies are going to be spending time and resources to get this right. A/B testing is the most popular form of conversion rate optimization, with 56% of marketers using this method. So I think this is the first time I've seen, if you weren't doing A/B testing, you're actually in the minority. If you haven't done any landing page testing, you're definitely starting to fall behind. And only about 22% of businesses are satisfied with their conversion rate. So there's a lot of opportunity to improve this. Conversion rates typically range from 1% to 3%. I think that for a long time that's been industry average, and marketers have kind of accepted that. Just that's what it's historically been. So now that we're showing you that you could double, triple, quadruple, 5 times that, should be a huge opportunity. And 44% of clicks generated by B2B companies direct to the homepage. So that's a stat that makes me and Mike really sad. Homepages are not good landing pages most of the time. So 44% of clicks, that seems like a big waste to us. Typical Lacroix. So, a couple of myths about landing pages. You might say to yourself, my designer or developer is too busy to create all of the landing pages I need. So with advances, and I'm just going to quash all of these sad little myths and lies you're telling yourselves. So with advances in landing page building software, you can do it, I can do it, heck, even Mike can do it. We can build landing pages that convert well, and we can put the analytics in there that will help us make them even better. Marketing landing pages won't work for my industry or business. So you might think, that's great. That's all good and well for your B2B tech clients. It works well for, sure, if you're selling supplements online or info products. But no, any industry, any product, you can have a marketing landing page, and I will almost guarantee you it will convert better than your current website. Web design isn't marketing's job. If your job includes driving conversions and getting leads or sales online, and you're not doing this, then you're not doing your job. So I would definitely say this should be part of your job. So what happens when you ignore landing pages? First off, you're falling behind the curve, right? So currently 56% of B2B companies drive to a landing page, and that rate is increasing every year. Why? It's not because they're stupid, it's because it works. They work, right? So more often than not, they're driving to a landing page, and you should be too if you're not already. Non-marketers are building the landing pages. So I don't know if you talk to many developers, but they probably, most of them don't know a whole lot about marketing or messaging or positioning. So if they're building your landing page, you're probably not getting as good as, if you as a marketer created it, or if you had input from someone that better understood the customer and the solution that you're selling. And the question to ask yourself would be, would you let a developer write your ad copy for your Google ad or for your banner ad? Would you let a designer create your target audience? Hopefully you as a marketer know that better than they should. Shouldn't you as a marketer create the marketing landing page? The answer is yes, you should, or at least be very involved in the process. Another thing I want to just tell you, most likely your quality score sucks if you're doing Google ads and you're not using marketing landing pages. If you look in Google Ads and you see a bunch of quality scores below 5, you officially do suck at your quality score. So we're going to help you out. That we're going to increase your quality score, and that's going to translate to lower cost per clicks, and it will increase more traffic that you can afford within the same budget. So don't worry, we have the fix. We have 3 powerful secrets to creating landing pages that convert. They're about to no longer be secrets, because I'm going to hand it over to Mike at this point and let him go straight into what these are.
Great. Thank you guys for joining us today. So, number 1 secret, you need matching landing pages. I'm not talking about landing pages. I have the same hero image across everything. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about matching the landing pages to the keywords and the ads, and it gives you a huge improvement in performance. So it's going to improve your quality score when you include the keyword in the landing page ad copy. It's going to obviously be more relevant to the user, and your quality score will go up. Bounce rates, when your users stick around, they see what they're searching for directly in the ad, they're definitely going to stay around. They're not going to go to your competitors' pages because you're offering them exactly what they're looking for. And then the conversion rate, obviously, providing the user only that relevant topic and content limits distractions. So no headers, no footers, nothing else for them to click on and get away from the page. You just want them to click and convert straight on that page and move them through the sales funnel.
So how many times have you searched for something on Google and maybe you see an ad that spoke to you? Maybe you're searching for suit for work. You see an ad that says, hey, come get your suit right here. It's 25% off. But then the landing page takes you to like a homepage for that site. And you've got women's dresses, and you have, sofas and all kinds of products, and you have to navigate yourself to find the suit that you were looking for. Wouldn't it be so much nicer, and wouldn't you be more likely to convert if you went straight to a page that was only about the thing you were looking for? So that's what having great landing pages is all about.
Yeah, exactly. And then the secret number 2 is marketers actually can build high CVR landing pages. So we're not associated with Unbounce, we're not getting paid by Unbounce, but I have used a bunch of builders in the past, and Unbounce is just my favorite one, hands down. So some of the features, it's a very easy to use drag and drop designer. There's dynamic text replacement, which we've spoke about quite extensively. It's easy to create the mobile responsive side too. I know in some of these other products, it's very difficult to view and change because you have to use custom CSS. So you have to be a developer in order to use it. Here, you do not need that at all. They are all AMP ready, so they're very fast loading. They're easy to integrate. If you want to flow your leads into HubSpot or Marketo or whatever CRM you're using, it's very easy to do so. It's also very easy to track, and A/B testing, it's the easiest on this Unbounce platform. So that's pretty much there. You can get notifications, either email notifications or notifications within your CRM, and you can create really great thank you pages or confirmation pages as well. So here are some of the elements of a landing page that convert well. So you see the top, middle, bottom of the funnel. It's got the appropriate offer. We are making sure that this page is highly relevant, as we have stated, bypassing the dynamic keywords. And you can use this by coming up with any dynamic replacement you want. So I usually use something simple like info instead of passing keyword or something like that. Then the trust logo. So you can see on this landing page to the right, we've got a number of recognizable logos, including the Kubernetes logo up at the top, and a clear call to action. So you can see the seats A on this page on the right. It says, get my guide now. And it's in bright orange. We don't use that orange anywhere else on the page. It's really where your eyes go to. We've got compelling and very relevant visuals. and we outline below what you're going to get within this offer. So if you download this guide, you know exactly what you're going to get. There's no navigation on the top or the bottom, as we spoke about before. And there's an exit intent pop-up offered as well on this page. So if somebody tries to leave, they scroll up to the top, they're going to get a pop-up trying to get them to download the offer. So here is our secret number 3, and here's something we've noticed not a lot of people in the industry do, but it's definitely a great way to increase sales. So use the thank you page in order to upsell. So most of these thank you pages are really wasted. It's just going to say, thank you for your interest, or thank you for contacting so-and-so company. But what you can really use these for, give them a next step, help them progress down your sales funnel. So if you just gave them a top of funnel ebook and that's what they downloaded, hit them with a webinar, hit them with a free trial, something that leads them down and shows that they are very interested in what you're offering.
And what's nice about the thank you page asking for more is, worst case scenario, you've already got their contact information from the first step of the form. And so you really have nothing to lose by giving them a second offer. And you also find a user, once they're kind of in that conversion mindset where they're already used to filling out your forms and giving you their information, they seem a lot more likely to go ahead and take another step and take the next step down the funnel. And this is a bonus secret. You know, we promised you 3 and we deliver 4. So how about that?
So always A/B test for success. Setting up these tests are very easy, especially if you're using a landing page builder such as Unbounce. So some different things that you can test. You can very easily test different headlines, different copy, rearrange the elements. A lot of times we'll move up. You can see on both these pages, you see companies that love their purchasing process and have some logos there. Depending on the offer, it could do better up top. It could do better below is more of a secondary thought. But yeah, definitely switch that up. That's a great thing to test. The design, the colors, the layout, your hero image, if you want to include videos or not. There's always something to test, always something that can improve your landing page. So get testing.
Thanks, Mike. So, now that you have, hopefully a great concept of what a high converting landing page looks like, you want to make sure that you're always improving on that. And how can you know if a landing page is working or if any of your marketing is working without really great reporting and analytics and a quick and easy way to create that reporting? So the next thing we want to look at is, I like to start with myths and go ahead and explode your excuses and obliterate them so that they go away. So seeing reporting is great, but maybe making reports is painful and time consuming. What that means is, a result, maybe reporting may only be reviewed periodically. Whenever you get around to creating the report, that is a lot of work to make. So we're going to show you how to actually make your reports dynamic. And that means that they'll be automatically updated and maintained without you having to do anything after you initially set it up. Beyond lead reporting is difficult and or expensive to set up. So maybe you're able to see, visits to your page. And if you're even luckier, maybe you can see something like form fills, like confirmation page hits on a form fill. But after that, you have no idea. You're like, we drove 100 form fills, and we don't know if any of them actually became paying customers. So only optimizing for form fill and not quality lead is definitely less ideal. You want to be driving not just leads, but high quality leads that move to the next step of your sales process. We're going to show you how to pull that into your report too. It takes hours every time to pull data from multiple platforms. So like Google Ads, your Facebook ads, your Google Analytics, if you have LinkedIn ads, Pinterest ads, all types of ads you may be running depending on the size and scale of your digital marketing program. And it would be a highly manual process to put it all together. And you need an Excel master to even pull it off. Additionally, the data may not be available to everyone on the team. So we're going to show you how to integrate it with some Google Data Studio integrations and plugging them directly into your dashboard. And we're going to make it affordable and less painful with automation. Using these tools, you'll be able to tag every event or goal on the website without a developer and without breaking any code. We'll be able to integrate data from every ad platform to see spend and performance in one place. And we'll be able to create a comprehensive executive dashboard that updates in real time, and it's easy to share with everyone on your team. Before I go on, we can just look at this visual, right? So these are all the potential ad platforms you could be using. It's all flowing into one hub, which is Google Data Studio. And then it's making a nice report that shows you exactly what you want to see. Sometimes you have to use a plugin like Supermetrics, which is the one that we like to use, because not everything is natively integrated with Google Data Studio. But through the power of these other, third-party plugins like Supermetrics, or even something like Zapier or Google Sheet, you can get most things to function in Data Studio. So Analytics Stack, that's a couple of platforms and softwares you need to make this. First one, Google Data Studio, Google Tag Manager. So this is how it works. Google Tag Manager, or GTM, is your direct access to your website to add tracking pixels and set up events. So you don't have to go into the code. Your developer will place Tag Manager on the site one time, and that's sort of like your little window into changing only pixels on the site, so you can't break anything else. All you can break are your own pixels. Hopefully you won't do that. And why you need it, it allows you to add tags like Google Analytics, Facebook, and many others without your developer. It's a contained safe space to add pixels and scripts. We all need more safe spaces these days anyway. And you can track everything to optimize everything. So, I've had known some people that, they don't want to say test Facebook ads just because they know they'd have to add that pixel, and they don't want to, maybe they don't get along with their developer, and they're just like, we'll just not do Facebook ads. Well, now you can just do it without them. And this is kind of how tag managers work. It creates these forms and spaces where you can edit it through the Tag Manager interface and make changes within the tracking on the site. And this would be a dashboard that you'd be making in Data Studio based on the data from your Tag Manager. So Google Analytics is the second tool within your analytics stack that you'll need. And setting up goals in Google Analytics are essential to getting all the data you need to optimize intelligently. And why do you need this? Why can't you just install Google Analytics one time and then just watch sessions be tracked? You actually want to track every interaction on the site that's important to you, that you want to get more of. So this could be things like sign up, form submissions, demo requests, sales, newsletter signups, and anything else like video views. So these would be a couple of our clients and the different types of things that we like to track. So, click on the learn more button. Do people do that, or do they click on the download button? Maybe the download button, nobody can see it, and they need to make that bigger. So understanding and tracking all of this will give you insights into page design, as well as the types of marketing traffic that you do or don't want to be driving. And this can only be done through Tag Manager. So you do need Tag Manager to set up Google Analytics at this level. Step 3 is Google Data Studio. So now you presumably installed Google Tag Manager, you've deployed Google Analytics through Tag Manager, and you've set up the different event tagging for all those different interactions that you wanted. So I know we didn't have time today to go through that entire setup. That would probably take another hour, but there are tons of resources online to find how to do that. It's not that difficult once you know the tools and stack that you need. So looking at Google Data Studio, after we presumably set up Tag Manager and Google Analytics, you're collecting the right data, and now you want to visualize it and make it real time with automation. So why do you need this? So you can set it up one time, and then your reporting will basically be done for you. It's automated real-time reporting, all your data in one place. So with Google Data Studio, there's sort of like a one-click integration with Google Ads, with Search Metrics, which will then integrate with LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, and all types of others. And then it's easy to share. So this is like an online interface. You can just share a link to this, and then your team can see it as well. And you can create views for different users. Like say this is the marketing team's view, but maybe you don't want the executives to be seeing as much data as the marketing team. They could ask, way too many questions or something like that. So you can create an executive view where they're only getting kind of top line data. All right, so we're gonna hop into your bonus tips. So this is one I like. It's called pre-warming the traffic. So it gives the user a positive impression of your site or your product or service before they even get to your site. So trust is a big factor. You want your visitors to trust you and know that you're a legitimate brand. And one way to do that is to warm the traffic by giving them a message of third party that says you're awesome. So this is one example I like, and I see this ad so much for this hoodie brand called American Giant. So the way it would work is American Giant reached out to Slate, which is a magazine, and they say, hey, why don't you review our hoodie? We'll send you a free hoodie. Maybe there's an affiliate program, and they write this really glowing review about the hoodie, the greatest hoodie ever made. So when American Giant starts buying ads, instead of buying the ad and pointing it to their own page, they can then point the traffic to the Slate article, which will in turn have a link back to the American Giant hoodie product page. So when the user sees that Slate Magazine has this huge glowing review about the hoodie, they'll be pre-warmed because they're already thinking, oh, this magazine says this is the greatest hoodie ever. It must be true. So then when they come to the hoodie website, they're much more likely to convert because they've already been reading all this good stuff about the hoodie. And I've seen some studies where this can increase conversion rate by as much as 40%. So that's one strategy you might want to try. Another one is heat maps. So we like a tool called Hotjars, and it's actually free depending on your traffic level. So for most sites, it's actually free. If you have a really big site, it might be something like $100 a month, I think. It's not too unreasonable. And it gives you visibility into how users interact with your site. So you can see an example here of the heat map. It gets really red where people click a lot, and then it's sort of blue where they click a little bit, but maybe not too much. So in this example, you can see a lot of people click on this particular button versus the others. So it tells you what your users like. It can also tell you where they get lost if they don't understand something and don't click on it very often. and what they ignore. And so like say nobody clicks on the support button. Okay, maybe we move the support button to the footer because nobody cares about it. Another thing Hotjars also does is do screen recordings. So you can see your user's mouse moving around the screen, and it gives you a sense of where they're getting stuck or where they're getting confused. So let's say you want this done for you and you want to bring in the Upgrow team to help you. What would that look like? So that would be everything you need to convert and report, going back to the name of the presentation. So lead capture, landing page design, our designer, which is Mike, will build your lead capture page complete with copy, imagery, form, and dynamic elements. Lead flow integration setup. So we'll connect your landing page so the new lead flows directly into your CRM and or email system. We'll give you full goal tracking. So our developer will deploy and test the installation of Tag Manager, Analytics, and Google Data Studio for you. And we'll set up to 3 conversion goals or more if you need a custom implementation. The reporting dashboard, which is on Google Data Studio. And we'll integrate, all of the ad programs that you have going. And then PPC account review. So as part of this, we can also review the programs that you have going, whether that's Google, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Glad to take a look and give you feedback on that too. So system testimonial offer. So we're trying to get some testimonials of people that want to try our service for this and would be willing to give us a testimonial of how we did afterwards. So this is kind of a special offer, and we're doing this just for 10 people right now. If you're willing to do a testimonial after we set this up for you. If you're interested and you think you could be a good candidate for this, here's the link you'll want to go to, upgrow.io/contact. And we'll book a meeting to do an exploration call with you. A couple of requirements to be part of this. We ask that you be spending at least $5K a month on digital marketing so that you'll have enough data and traffic to build insights into the landing page, and so that we can do A/B testing and things like that. You do need to have a minimum amount of traffic to make it valuable. Have at least 5,000 visitors each month, and like I said, provide a testimonial after the setup for us. So that's it. Hopefully, even if you aren't at a level where you can use our support and you need to do this on your own, hopefully you've gained a lot of value from the deck and some of the strategies that we've shared. And I'm going to leave you with a final offer. So please bookmark this link. This is where you can grab your Google Data Studio report template. It's upgrow.io, our website /free. I'm also going to be sending out a PDF version of this deck so that you can have it there as well. But that's it. Hopefully you've gained a lot from this. We appreciate your time, and good luck and good converting your traffic. Have a good one.